Does your library use the statistical code in the item records to record the Dewey Decade or genre? If so, this video will demonstrate how you can take advantage of that field to create a record set of themed titles that can be used to create a carousel or link to on a library website or summer reading program app to help promote your collection to patrons. CCS staff have saved 2 SQL queries that will help you with this task. SQL, or SQL, stands for Structured Query Language. This language allows you to construct complex, customized queries to search the CCS database. You do not need to know how to create a query from scratch to use them. You will be able to follow the instructions on the CCS website to edit the existing query in the Leap Find tool for your needs. The first SQL query that I will demonstrate will enable you to identify picture books owned by your library with a specific subject heading in the bibliographic record. This saved query is called Picture Books by Subject Branch. The second query that I will review can be used when you would like to search for a statistical code that can be used for different collections like action or adventure. This query is called Bibs by Subject Stat Collection. This query allows you to specify the collection that you would like to query. To run these queries in Leap, open the Find tool by clicking on Find at the top of the screen. Select Bibliographic Record from the Database drop-down menu. From the second drop-down menu, select the SQL Search mode. The list of saved SQL queries is in the third drop-down menu. The saved queries are listed in alphabetical order. First, I'm going to demonstrate Picture Books by Subject Branch. This query will need a bit of editing before you can use it. To do so, click on the downward pointing arrow to view the query. Let's review how this query works. It will examine the subject headings that are in the bibliographic records by looking at the mark tag and subfield labeled 650 subfield A for the subject. In this case, it will search for the word pirates. Next, it will identify all bibliographic records that have item records that are owned by the specified branch. In this example, it is searching for items owned by Fox River Valley's 2 branches. Then it will narrow down the list to the titles that have the specified statistical code in the item record. In this example, it is statistical code ID number 186 for Picture Books. All you need to do to use this query is to replace the word pirates with the subject heading of your choice. I've chosen camping. Then you need to replace the existing assigned branch ID with the Polaris branch code for your library. I've replaced the numbers for Fox River Valley with 76 for Grays Lake. After editing the query, click on the arrow again. Then you can set up the record set settings by clicking on the shopping bag symbol. These settings allow you to send all of the results to a record set. Next, press the magnifying glass icon to execute the search. 6 bibliographic records have been added to my record set. If you would like to query a different statistical code than Picture Books, you may want to try the query labeled Bibs by Subject Stat Collection. This query is useful for the statistical codes that can be used by more than one collection. Let's review how this query works. Like the Picture Books query, it includes the lines to search for the subject heading Pirates in the mark tag and subfield labeled 650 subfield A in the bibliographic record. It then narrows down the list to all titles owned by the assigned branch. This query differs from the previous query in that the statistical code has been changed to 117 for action/adventure. An additional line for the collection has been added. The existing script looks for the collection ID 8, which is for teen fiction. You can choose any statistical code and collection ID that you'd like to use before running this script. You will find a link to a spreadsheet with the list of codes on the CCS webpage for the instructions on how to use these queries. After you've created a record set, CCS staff can help you create a carousel that displays the record set in the pack. Contact help at ccslib.org to request a new carousel. If you'd like to link to the record set from your website or reading program app, you will need a URL like the one on the screen. This example is also on the CCS webpage. To use it, replace the branch ID after CTX equals with your Polaris branch ID. Then replace the record set number after BRS equals with your record set number. If you use Beanstack, you can paste the URL into the text box labeled Link URL when you add an activity. This has been a tutorial on querying titles by subject and statistical code. If you have any questions, contact help at ccslib.org.